Most men have no idea what actually turns a woman on. And here's the part nobody expects. Even most women don't consciously know either. Sounds crazy, right? But it gets even stranger, because psychologists discovered something. Something most people refuse to believe. A truth so counterintuitive, so uncomfortable, so at odds with everything society teaches you, that once you hear it, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. And the wildest part? It explains why millions of men fail with women, even when they think they're doing everything right. Ready? Good. Because the real story starts with a lie. You were taught that women want one thing: security, commitment, stability, a good man. But that's not the full picture, not even close. Because there's another layer beneath that story, a hidden layer, a layer that operates without permission, without logic, and without conscious awareness. This is the part men never see, because it doesn't show up in conversations, or dating advice, or romantic movies. It shows up in behavior, in the tiny things she reacts to, the things she remembers, the things she feels without choosing. And here's the twist. Her words often contradict her desires, but that's only the beginning. Because the deeper truth, the one most men are completely blind to, it lives in the subconscious, where logic has no authority, and biology still runs the show. Every man wants to know what actually triggers desire in women. Most think it's looks, or money, or height, or having the perfect personality. But here's the shocker. Psychologists found that female attraction is state-dependent, not traits-dependent. Let me say that again, because it's huge. Women feel desire based on the emotional state a man puts them in, not the checklist he fits on paper. That's why the same woman can reject one guy but obsess over another guy who isn't better in any obvious way. Because the first man makes logical sense, the second man makes emotional sense, and desire doesn't follow logic, not ever. But here's where things get wild. Inside the brain, there are two systems, the cognitive system and the instinctive system. Men rely on the first one. Women operate more from the second, not because they choose to, but because evolution designed things that way. The instinctive brain is ancient. It only asks one question: how does this man make me feel? That's it. Not, what's his job? How tall is he? Does he have potential? Those things matter, sure, but they matter way later. The instinctive brain decides first. The logical brain justifies afterward. That's why a woman can say, I don't know, something about him, or he's just different, or the classic, I can't explain it, because she literally can't. Her instinct made the decision before her thoughts could catch up. But this next part, this is the part almost nobody understands. Women want two contradictory things, and nearly every man tries to give them the wrong one first. Here's the paradox. Women want safety, but desire danger, not physical danger, not harm, not chaos, but emotional risk, a sense of uncertainty, a feeling of possibility, the excitement of not fully knowing what you're going to do next. In other words, safety is what makes her stay. Danger is what makes her want. Miss that distinction, and everything falls apart. But wait, because it gets even more interesting. Psychologists mapped female desire into 4 emotional states. 1. Anticipation, the excitement of what might happen. 2. Uncertainty, not knowing your next move. 3. Emotional tension, that delicious space between I want this and I can't have it yet. 4. Reward, the release after the buildup. Most men go straight to reward. They text too much. They explain too much. They seek reassurance. They remove the mystery. They remove the tension. They make themselves predictable. And when the anticipation dies, desire goes with it. But here's the twist. The female brain is wired to experience more desire from the buildup than the payoff. This is why slow-burn romance stories are addictive. Why tension-filled moments in shows get millions of views. Why women love suspense more than straightforward certainty. She's not addicted to the reward. She's addicted to the anticipation. And the man who understands this wins without force, without manipulation, and without pretending to be someone he's not. Researchers ran a shocking experiment. They hooked women up to brain scanners, showed them photos of men they rated as attractive, then showed them photos of men they rated as average. Here's what happened. Their conscious ratings were nothing like their physiological reactions. In fact, in many cases, their bodies reacted more intensely to the men they claimed they weren't attracted to. Meaning, desire is often hidden even from the woman experiencing it. Not faked, not manipulative, just subconscious. This is why a woman can say she wants X, but fall for Y. It's not hypocrisy, it's biology. And the kicker? The subconscious part isn't looking for perfection. It's looking for emotional stimulation. But what kind? Glad you asked, because the next part is where hearts get broken or rebuilt. Let's talk about the nice guy. He's honest, kind, reliable, stable. Everything women say they want. But here's the painful reality. Niceness doesn't create desire. It creates comfort. Comfort is good. Comfort is safe. Comfort is warm. But comfort is not attraction. This is why the classic nice guy ends up in the friend zone. Not because he's nice, but because he leads with comfort instead of curiosity or challenge or emotional tension. He gives her safety without any sense of the unknown. And listen closely, she wants both. Just not in the order most men think. Men offer safety first. Women feel desire first, then look for safety. The order matters, but don't worry, because there's a way to fix it. And no, it's not becoming a jerk, or playing games, or pretending not to care. It's something far more powerful. Before we go deeper, I'm about to reveal the rarest trigger of female desire. Most men never discover it, so if you're still watching, hit subscribe before you forget, because the next insight, it flips everything upside down. Here it is, the real secret, the one thing that makes a woman feel desire on a level she can't explain. It's not dominance, not confidence, not looks. It's emotional contrast. The ability to shift between energies in a way she can feel. Because a man who can be serious but also playful, focused but unpredictable, strong but soft, logical but passionate, is rare, ridiculously rare. Contrast is the emotional equivalent of flavor. It makes everything more alive. It's why women love complex characters in movies. Why they get hooked on emotionally dynamic men. Why they remember moments where you surprised them or revealed a new side of yourself. Predictability kills attraction. Contrast revives it. There's something else, something deeper. Women are drawn to men who have what psychologists call an internal world. A man who is thinking about something, working on something, passionate about something. A man who is slightly hard to fully understand, but not impossible to connect with. Because mystery isn't about hiding information. Mystery is about depth. A man with depth is a man who can't be fully predicted. That unpredictability triggers curiosity. Curiosity triggers focus. Focus triggers desire. In every romance story ever written, the man has depth. The ironic thing, most real men try to flatten themselves to look easy, simple, non-threatening. But depth isn't threatening. Depth is captivating. And this next part, this is where the truth gets uncomfortable. There's a myth that women want to control men. Not true. What women actually want is to feel the presence of a man who controls himself. A man whose emotions are powerful but not chaotic. Passionate but not impulsive. Steady but not boring. That balance, it's magnetic. And here's something almost no man realizes. Women don't want to lead the emotional interaction. They only do it when the man refuses to. When he's passive, she becomes active. When he's unsure, she becomes decisive. When he's emotionally flat, she becomes emotionally heavy. But when he leads the emotional tone, she relaxes. And when she relaxes, desire blooms. Every man has experienced this moment. She pulls back a little. Texting slows. Energy shifts. Most guys panic. They over-explain, over-message, over-clarify. Fatal mistake. Because that moment, it's not rejection. It's a subconscious test, not a manipulative test, a biological one. Her subconscious is asking, does this man crumble under uncertainty? Because if he does, he becomes predictable. If he doesn't, he becomes compelling. The man who stays centered magnetizes her, not by chasing, not by pulling away, but by remaining grounded. Groundedness is the emotional equivalent of gravity. She orbits around it. There's a specific kind of man women can't stop thinking about. The man who enters her mind between tasks before bed when she wakes up. The one she wonders about, imagines, anticipates. And here's why. He gives her mental stimulation before anything physical. Meaning, he activates her imagination. He says things that make her think. He pauses at moments that create tension. He surprises her with contrast. He carries himself with an internal world that she wants to explore. This is how obsession forms. Not through looks, not through status, through mental imprinting. And mental imprinting comes from one thing: presence. Presence is the rarest trait a man can have. In a world full of distraction, a man who listens deeply, speaks intentionally, and stays in the moment is rare. Women notice it instantly. They feel it. Presence is sensual without being sexual, bold without being aggressive, magnetic without trying. Presence is the opposite of neediness. Neediness begs for attention. Presence creates attention. It says, I'm here, fully, not rushing, not looking for validation, just present. This is the energy that pulls women in without a single line. Most men think women are complicated. They're not. They're layered. There's a difference. Men look at what she says, but desire lives in what she responds to. And that response comes from emotional states, not logical preferences. That's why the guy who seems average can sweep her off her feet, while the guy who checks every box gets ignored. It's not unfair. It's human. But the craziest part? Most men sabotage themselves without realizing it. They reveal everything too soon. They escalate too quickly. They try to prove themselves. But desire doesn't come from proving. It comes from presence, contrast, and tension. 3 things any man can develop if he just stops trying to perform. Here's the truth. Women fall for the man who makes them feel something they can't feel on their own. Not because they need him, but because he awakens a part of them. A part hidden beneath routine, beneath responsibilities, beneath safety. He brings out aliveness, excitement, emotion. That's the source of deep desire. Women don't want perfect. They want energetic resonance, a spark, a polarity, a sense of us. When the energy between 2 people locks in, logic becomes irrelevant. At the end of the day, female desire isn't a puzzle, it's a dynamic. It's not about chasing, convincing, impressing, performing. It's about presence, contrast, depth, confidence, unpredictability, groundedness, internal strength. These aren't tricks. They're states of being. That's why the men who develop them aren't just desirable, they're unforgettable. Remember the beginning? When I said women don't consciously know what truly turns them on? Now you see why. Desire lives beneath thought, beneath words, beneath logic. It's instinct, emotion, energy. The men who thrive with women are the men who understand this. Not to manipulate, not to control, but to connect through emotional presence instead of logical performance. This is the truth most men miss, but you won't. Not anymore. If this opened your eyes, if something finally clicked, drop a comment. I see the truth now, and subscribe, because the next video, it reveals the one behavioral pattern that makes almost every woman lose interest without realizing it. Trust me, you don't want to miss that.